Hello guys, James here. Hope you're doing well. Well, I just happened to happened to go to my regular Yahoo page, and this what happened with that young man out there in Colorado that happened about 2 years back, and the police officer got off, but the paramedics they found him guilty of the death of Elijah McClain. So Elijah finally got justice. Um, This was a sad case. This young man was mistaken for a so-called suspect that night, but it wasn't him. It was, something happened for his family that they finally got justice. Two Colorado paramedics found guilty of the criminally negligent homicide by a jury on Friday on the road of the 2019 death of Elijah McClain, a young black man who died after police roughly detained him, but put him in a chokehold and medics injected him with a powerful sedative. The trial of paramedics Jeremy Cooper and Peter Hocknick, was the last three involved in the death of McClain. He was stopped by police after a bystander reported he looked suspicious. He was not alleged to have committed any crime. In addition to finding both men criminally negligent of homicide, punishable up to 3 years in prison, the jurors also found Koenig guilty of assault and second-degree administration of the sedative. Judge Warner ordered Koenig be taken into custody immediately, while Cooper remained free on bond pending March 1st sentencing. McClain's mother, Sheena McClain, wept outside the support of the McClain family. Medina Holmes spoke to reporters on her behalf. We do not know justice until we see sentences, Holmes says. So, Judge Warner, you have a responsibility. We are still seeking justice. Colorado attorney Phil Weiser, also speaking outside the courtroom, said that the accountability will not end with the convictions, saying that much needs to be done to prevent deaths of innocent at the hands of police and other first responders. Elijah did nothing wrong. His life mattered. He should be with us here today, Weiser said. The first ended one police officer found guilty of criminally negligent homicide, another acquitted. The second ended with a third officer being acquitted. So two officers got acquitted and one was negligent. Cooper and Schlunig both took the stand during the trial, Adams County, near Denver, District Court near Denver. They told the jury that they believed the sedative, ketamine, was required to calm McClain, and the police officer who were roughly detaining him interfered with the ability to quickly treat him. But prosecutors argued throughout the trial that the paramedics violated the training protocols by failing to examine McClain before injecting him with the maximum allowed dose. With the paramedics incorrectly decided that McClain was in a state of excited delirium, a condition which consists of agitation, aggression, acute distress, and sudden death. Many medical experts, including the American Medical Association, have argued the condition does not exist and has opposed using any diagnosis for law enforcement purposes. The paramedics injected him with 500 milligrams of sedative, wrongly estimate his body weight to be 200 pounds, 91 kilograms. Prosecutors said McClain weighed 143 pounds and 65 kilograms. These defendants didn't even try. When McClain pleaded, "Please help me," they let him there. They overdosed him on ketamine. they killed him. Prosecutor Schlossenberger, during closing arguments on Wednesday, the defense rejected that, arguing that based on the training available, the 2019 paramedics act appropriately. The relevant question is whether it was reasonable of those two gentlemen to believe that his suffering had excited delirium and was acting consistent with their training and protocol and told them to be excited about the delirium. Defense attorney David Galder said in his closing, Colorado Peace Officers Standards of Training Board ruled that it's December 1st that excited delirium to no longer be taught at the diagnosed to new officers training. A bill is pending in the Colorado lawmakers that will be ban except delirium from police and emergency services, EMS training, and would not allow coroners to enlist as a cause of death. Police confronted McClain on the night of August 24, 2019, after a bystander called 911 reported a man was dressed in a winter coat with a ski mask and on a warm night. Acting suspiciously, walked home from a convenience store. Police laid hands on McClain with seconds to stop and put him in a car tie chokehold, and at least once he vomited into his ski mask and repeatedly told them he couldn't breathe. The original autopsy conducted on McClain in 2019 found the cause of death to be undetermined. To be revised, autopsy reported in 2021, including McClain died from complications of ketamine. Administration following forcible restraint. Law prosecutors initially declined for the filed charges that changed the following. In the 2020 killing of George Floyd, a black man who died at the hands of Minneapolis police after Floyd's death, ignited global protests. Governor Jared Polis in June 2020 asked the state attorney general's office to investigate McClain's case. A state grand jury indicted the officer and paramedics in 2021. So, yeah, these idiots were found finally. This is what they look like. This happened in Brighton, Colorado. That young man finally got justice. Let's go that they let two officers off. They convicted the one but let the other two go. Yeah. Here's more of it. Here's the actual list of website where the courtroom is at. Oh boy. So I get the pace to go back up again. So, yeah. So this will probably hit me.
Are charged with reckless manslaughter, criminally negligent.
Man. Stop buffering.
Gabrielle Vidal, listen to closing arguments today.
But the defendants didn't even try. And when Elijah McClain pleaded, please, help, left him there again, they killed him. And that's why they're guilty.
The members of the jury through the actions of paramedics Jeremy Cooper and Peter Chikuniak on August 24, 2019, upon making contact with officers holding down Elijah McClain. On August 24, 2019, upon making contact with officers holding down Elijah McClain.
Within 2 minutes of arriving at the scene and having done nothing but barely look at Elijah, Mr. Cooper announces his plan again. When the ambulance gets here, we're going to go ahead and give him some ketamine.
Prosecutors argue Cooper and Chikuniak used excited delirium as an excuse to administer ketamine to McClain, and they knew the risks in administering him the wrong dose.
They both decided to give 500. They both stood there while Elijah got worse and worse and did nothing.
To characterize these individuals as callous, not caring, as wanting to administer ketamine so they can just get rid of Mr. McClain so he's not their problem anymore, is not only wrong, it's disingenuous.
Attorneys for both the defendants argue these men were acting on what they saw and experienced at the time they arrived on scene, as well as information provided by police. They stood back from the patient to prevent escalating the situation between officers and McClain, but were still able to assess McClain was experiencing symptoms of excited delirium.
It's easy to say. You should have known better. The man in his hindsight. For that person right there, you've got to decide right away.
Gabriella Vidal covering Colorado First.
Well, that was it. Yeah, they finally got him, but they ain't gonna do that much time. It's gonna be like 2 or 3 years.
A
So
judge sent jurors back to deliberations after jurors said they could not agree on one of the counts against 2 paramedics charged in the death of Elijah McClain.
The judge questioned the jurors before sending.
Of the counts against 2 paramedics charged in the death of Elijah McClain.
The judge questioned the jurors before sending them back. McClain died in 2019 after an encounter with Aurora police officers in which paramedics injected him with ketamine. Paramedics Jeremy Cooper, Peter Chikuniak charged with reckless manslaughter, criminally negligent homicide, and assault. The reporter for Aurora, Michael Abeda, live tonight outside the courthouse. Michael, are jurors still deliberating?
Yeah, Mac, they are still deliberating tonight. This is their second day of deliberations, but they at least seem to be making some progress. Now, Friday afternoon, the judge got a note from the jury that told the court the jury was deadlocked on one of the counts. We aren't sure which one. The judge called them back into the courtroom and asked them one by one if they were hopelessly deadlocked. Most answered yes, but at least one answered no. They were asked if further deliberation would help, and if they could help come to a verdict. Most said no, and some said yes. So they were sent back to deliberate further. The judge said, so we'll check on it later this evening to get an update, unless they send legal experts come with the verdict. In Adams County, Michael Abeda covering.
They just flat out murdered that man right on camera. Wow, that's crazy, man. And then the cops can walk off, and then the sentence, they ain't even really long sentences either. They got convicted, but not even, it's a joke. Then they get about 2 or 3 years in prison, 3 to 4 years. Wow. But I guess this thing against some kind of justice for the family. Man, that's just, man, that's dirty. But you're probably gonna hear about this. A couple other people gonna hit the social media here pretty soon. A couple of your well-known YouTubers they'll have this up. Yeah. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. Till next time, you guys be blessed, take it easy, and man, be careful what kind of police you coming across out there. Whatever town you live in, these cops they're a mess. All right then, James out. Turn this